Archangel Michael says, if you open this message first, you will have a huge amount in your hands within 30 minutes. Open this message quickly or it will be too late. Archangel Michael has come with a message that carries urgency, weight, and divine power. When he says, a huge amount in your hands, he is not only speaking of physical wealth but of restoration, blessings, healing, open doors, peace, and divine favor that is about to flood into your life. This is not a trick of the mind or an emotional lure. This is the voice of heaven calling you into a moment of breakthrough, a moment where the delays must end and the answers must come. Comment Amen if you receive this word right now. When heaven speaks through Archangel Michael, it is because the warfare in the spirit is shifting. If you open this message first, it means the timing has found you. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly in position for something miraculous to unfold. This moment is not random. This is divine timing moving you into alignment with what God has already prepared for you. The windows of heaven are trembling, and the hands of angels are reaching to pour something down upon your life. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but it is being arranged, counted, and released. If this message touched you already in some way, then please like this video so others can feel what you feel right now. There are days when the pressure becomes too much to carry. The bills, the silence, the waiting, the nights of tears, the heavy questions that linger when you lay your head down at night. But hear me now, as Archangel Michael speaks this word directly into your soul, everything is about to change. The heavens have not forgotten you. God has not passed you by. Your name is still in the palm of His hand and the promise is still alive, even if you've grown weary. God does not send Michael to speak without reason. Michael is the warring angel. When he shows up, it means the battle is being fought on your behalf. The things that have been standing in your way, the spiritual barriers, the resistance, the generational chains, the unseen forces that have delayed your blessings, they are being crushed under the authority of the Lord's angel. This is not a moment to sit quietly in fear or disbelief. This is a moment to stand up in your spirit and say, I believe my time has come. Comment 11:11 if you believe this is your divine timing. You are being positioned for a turnaround that only God could orchestrate. Archangel Michael was sent to Daniel in the Bible when the answer had already been dispatched from heaven but was held up by opposition in the spiritual realm. It took 21 days of delay, but when Michael stepped in, everything that was blocked had to move. Your life might feel like that right now. Like the prayers have gone up, but nothing is coming down. Like you've been doing all the right things, but the breakthrough hasn't arrived. But hear this deeply, God is not deaf to your cries. The heavens have already released the answer, and now Michael has been dispatched to make sure you receive what's yours. This is why the message says, you will have a huge amount in your hands within 30 minutes. It is a prophetic sign that something is already prepared and on its way. The huge amount represents not just provision, but restoration. It is what the enemy has tried to delay. It is what life has tried to keep from you. It is what fear has tried to silence. But the hand of God is about to place it in your life, and not one force in hell can stop it. This is a window of divine urgency. When Michael says, open this quickly, it is because spiritual doors do not stay open forever. There is a flow of anointing and provision moving right now, and it is time to step into it. God is not playing games with your heart. He is not teasing you with empty promises. He is speaking now, clearly and directly, to shake you from the place of waiting into the place of receiving. And you need to stay with me till the end of this, because every word that follows will carry the oil of healing, instruction, and breakthrough. Comment 222 if you trust that God is moving in your life now. The same God who rained manna from heaven, who parted the sea, who fed 5,000 from a handful of bread and fish, is the God who is moving toward you in this moment. He has seen your lack. He has counted your tears. He knows the weight you carry, even the weight you do not speak out loud. And He has chosen this exact moment to remind you that He is still God. That He is still your Father. That you are still His child. That you are not forsaken, not abandoned, not unseen. If you have been praying for a sign, for confirmation, for a shift, this is it. The presence of Archangel Michael in this message is not by chance. It is by divine design. You may have stumbled here by accident, but heaven sees it as an appointment. There is no more delay. There is no more waiting in the dark, hoping someone sees you. The Most High sees you. His hand is reaching toward you. His favor is covering you. His provision is chasing after you. Let your spirit breathe again. Let your faith rise again. Let your heart know peace again. The blessing is not on the way, the blessing is here. It is already forming in the spiritual realm and is being carried to you by angels assigned to your name. And even if everything around you still looks the same, know this: the shift is real, and it begins now. Hold on with everything in you. You are about to see what the waiting was for. What if just 7 seconds could flip your entire financial life? A shocking CIA leak has revealed a powerful brain ritual that's helping ordinary people wipe out debt and attract wealth beyond imagination. Backed by 4 cutting-edge neuroscience labs, this at-home breakthrough is turning everyday lives into dreams: luxury cars, beautiful homes, endless vacations. But this secret may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. When the angel of the Lord shows up, it is never ordinary. It always means something is being broken, loosed, shifted, or released. This moment right now carries that same weight. You are not just a person who stumbled upon a message. You are a chosen soul, aligned with the voice of God, receiving a word that was always meant for you in this exact hour. Archangel Michael stands not just as a messenger but as a defender, and when he moves toward someone, it is because a divine assignment must be fulfilled quickly. Comment 333 to declare your faith and stand in agreement with what heaven is releasing now. The phrase, "a huge amount in your hands," is not limited to finances, although it includes them. This is about what has been stored up for you in the invisible places of grace. This is about answered prayers, promises that have waited through seasons of silence, and miracles that are ready to manifest without warning. The world may have told you to settle, to lower your expectations, to be content with less. But the voice of God, through His angel, is telling you something entirely different. Get ready to receive in full, not just a little, not just enough to get by, but a huge outpouring, a divine overflow. Many people walk through life unaware that God has already dispatched help for them. They cry, they worry, they stress, and they lose sleep, not realizing that an angel has already been assigned to their situation. In the book of Daniel, the moment Daniel began praying, God sent the answer, but a delay in the heavens held it up. It was Archangel Michael who stepped into that spiritual battlefield and cleared the way. That's what is happening now. Michael is not waiting. He is already fighting for your breakthrough. And the time to receive is no longer next week, or next year, it is within minutes, because heaven has spoken. Comment 555 if you are ready to receive the fullness of what God has prepared for you. The Lord knows that the enemy has tried to make you tired. He knows how long you've been holding on without seeing the change. He sees every moment you chose to keep believing even when it felt like nothing around you was moving. But your endurance has not been in vain. Your hope was not empty. It was noticed. It was counted. It was honored. And now, God is releasing not just a blessing but a reward. A reward for your perseverance. A reward for your faith. A reward for your quiet obedience when nobody else was looking. You don't need to strive for this. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. The Lord has already chosen to pour into your hands something that will turn everything around. It may come in unexpected ways, through unexpected people, and at unexpected moments, but it will come, because it has already been written in heaven. Right now, angels are on assignment with your name on what they carry. Some are bringing healing. Others are bringing divine opportunities. Some are delivering peace to your mind. Others are bringing unexpected provision. And yes, there are angels who are releasing huge financial favor that was once held up by resistance. The blockage is breaking, and what was meant for you is being released now, under divine authority. You have been under divine surveillance. That means God has been watching over every detail, every struggle, every loss, every small act of kindness, every step of obedience. You were never alone. Even in the dark nights, when it felt like heaven had gone quiet, the angels were near. The silence was not absence. It was preparation. And now, the voice of God is breaking that silence through Archangel Michael with a message that cannot be ignored. This is why it matters that you open this first. Because the timing is sacred. If you had missed this moment, something precious could have been delayed again. But now that you are here, now that your spirit is tuned in, heaven can release what it has been holding for the right moment. And that moment is right now. There is nothing the enemy fears more than a believer who knows who they are in God. When you know that you are protected, provided for, chosen, and covered by the armies of heaven, the chains that once held you begin to lose their power. Archangel Michael is not a myth. He is not a symbol. He is a warrior of God, and his presence is a sign that what was delayed is now being released without restriction. The same hands that held your sorrow will now hold your blessing. The same heart that felt weary will soon beat with joy. The same mind that was filled with confusion will be flooded with clarity and peace. Because when heaven moves, nothing stays the same. Everything changes. And this is not just a season of hope, it is the season of delivery. What you've prayed for is already being handled. What you feared is already being removed. What you longed for is already being prepared. You may not see all the details yet, but you can feel it in your spirit that something is shifting. That's because heaven is confirming it. And the voice of Archangel Michael is not just meant to be heard, it is meant to be followed. There are things happening right now behind the veil that you cannot yet see. But heaven sees it all, and heaven has already begun moving on your behalf. You are not just waiting anymore, you are receiving. You are being positioned in a moment where spiritual obedience and divine timing are coming together like a key turning in a lock. And that lock is breaking open to reveal what the enemy never wanted you to touch. Comment 1212 if you believe something is unlocking for you right now. God has seen how much you've held on when everything around you told you to let go. He has seen the nights when sleep escaped you because your mind was too full of silent battles. He has watched you show kindness when life had been cruel, and still you prayed. Still you believed. Still you waited. That kind of faith does not go unnoticed in the heavens. That kind of hope is what draws the attention of angels. Could this hidden CIA brain ritual be the real reason people are suddenly rich? A secret CIA discovery has just leaked, revealing a brain hack that's pulling wealth into people's lives effortlessly. It only takes 7 seconds, it's done at home, and it's backed by 4 neuroscience labs. Debt is vanishing, luxury is becoming normal. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky, the page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. The reason Archangel Michael is here with this message is because your faith has reached a threshold where something must break. The resistance can no longer stand. The silence can no longer continue. The opposition can no longer block what heaven has declared as yours. This is divine instruction meeting divine release. And when those two things align, miracles are inevitable. What you are about to receive will not just cover your needs, it will restore what was lost, heal what was broken, and open what was shut. God is not just answering one prayer. He is addressing generations of pain, years of waiting, and seasons of drought with one touch of His power. That is what a huge amount looks like in the language of heaven. It is more than money. It is more than success. It is fullness, healing, freedom, joy, and spiritual alignment all wrapped in one powerful release. You may have thought you were forgotten, passed over, or abandoned. But the truth is, heaven was preparing a blessing so massive, so specific, so personally designed for your soul, that it took time to arrange. And now, Archangel Michael has stepped forward with a sword drawn in the spirit, not to warn you, but to protect what is coming into your life. He does not carry empty words. He carries divine orders, and those orders have reached you. Comment 777 if you know that what's coming is protected by God's hand. There is no need to beg, to plead, or to bargain with God. You are not earning your miracle through effort. You are receiving it through grace. Grace is what picked you up when you fell. Grace is what covered you when shame tried to drown you. Grace is what reminded you that even on your worst day, you were still loved. And that same grace is now flowing like a river, carrying provision, healing, favor, and peace straight into your life. Every obstacle that was designed to keep you stuck is now trembling. Every wall that was built to delay your destiny is now cracking. Every lie that whispered you were not enough is now being silenced by the roar of heaven's truth over your life. And the truth is, you were always chosen. You were always seen. You were always known. This moment is simply catching up to what God already decided about you a long time ago. This is why the urgency in Michael's words matters so much. It's not about fear. It's about opportunity. When heaven opens a window, it is a sacred chance to step into what has already been set aside for you. But you must be spiritually awake to recognize it. And you are awake now. That is why you are reading this, feeling this, receiving this. Because your spirit knows this is real. Your heart knows this is the hour. And heaven knows this is your name on the miracle. The spiritual warfare over your life has been intense, not because you are weak, but because you are carrying something powerful. The enemy does not fight empty vessels. He targets those who are about to give birth to destiny. That is why the struggle has felt so long and heavy. That is why the breakthrough has felt out of reach. But what the enemy tried to block, God is now releasing. And not just a portion. Not just a taste. A huge amount. Because that's how heaven repays those who trust even in silence. There are angels surrounding your space now. You may not see them with your eyes, but your spirit can feel them. There is peace that doesn't make sense. There is hope rising without reason. There is strength in your chest that you didn't know you still had. That is heaven moving. That is God proving that you were never forgotten. That is Archangel Michael doing what he was sent to do, clear the path, deliver the message, and protect what's about to be placed in your hands. You are not just watching your life change, you are stepping into a divine fulfillment that was written for you long before you ever cried your first tear. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. You are exactly where heaven wants you to be. And now, your hands will receive what your heart has been longing for. What is being placed in your hands is not only a result of your prayers, but also the result of battles fought on your behalf in the realm you cannot see. The war has been heavy because the blessing is heavy. The enemy knew that if you made it to this moment, something would unlock in your life that would never be reversed. Archangel Michael's presence means victory has already been declared over the very things that once overwhelmed you. You are not just hoping anymore. You are standing in the aftermath of a heavenly decision made for your good. Comment 999 if you believe the battle is already won for you. There is no darkness that can overpower a person who walks in the light of God's presence. That presence is not an idea or a feeling, it is a real and living force that surrounds, fills, and leads you through every storm. God's presence is what has kept you from falling apart. Even when everything felt like it was slipping, His invisible hand was holding you. Even when you didn't have the strength to pray, the Spirit was interceding for you. That's why you're still here. That's why this message has found you. Because your survival is not an accident, it is evidence of God's covering over your life. Every tear that you cried alone, heaven collected. Every night you stayed silent while your heart screamed for relief, heaven heard. And now, the reply from the throne is coming through the voice of Archangel Michael. The release is happening swiftly, suddenly, and with the force of divine authority. The hands that once trembled in waiting will now hold something tangible, something holy, something that changes everything around you. Your life will not remain in limbo. You will not stay in a place of just enough. God is moving you into overflow. Why is this 7-second brain ritual suddenly going viral? Leaked CIA files have exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the floodgates to wealth. Verified by 4 top labs, this ritual is turning financial pain into prosperity, fast. From massive bills to luxury trips, it's changing lives. But this secret won't stay online long. Click the link in description and comments now to access it before it's permanently deleted. You may not understand how it will come. You may not see the details clearly yet. But the word has gone forth, and it will not return empty. Heaven does not speak to stir your emotions. Heaven speaks to fulfill God's promises. And when the angel of the Lord declares that a huge amount is being placed in your hands, you must believe it not because of what you feel, but because of who spoke it. This is not the voice of a stranger. This is the same Archangel Michael who stood guard in battles throughout generations, who obeys the word of God with absolute loyalty and power. Comment 10:10 if you know that what is spoken by God cannot return void. There is so much you've carried silently. Responsibilities that weighed on your chest like bricks. Decisions you had to make with no one to guide you. Moments when you smiled through your pain so others wouldn't worry. God saw it all. And because of that, He has commanded a shift so precise, so personal, that it will reach every area that has been suffering. You are not only being blessed, you are being restored. What was stolen is coming back. What was broken is being repaired. What was lost is being replaced with something better than you ever imagined. There is no part of your life that God cannot touch. Your finances, your home, your relationships, your mind, your purpose, everything is being pulled into the light of His favor. The huge amount Michael spoke of is not just material. It's the kind of favor that opens doors before you knock. It's the kind of peace that fills a room before you say a word. It's the kind of provision that shows up before you even know what you'll need. You are walking into rooms that were built for your presence. You are being given assignments that match your calling. You are being surrounded by divine timing that knows no delay. And through it all, you are being watched over by angels who are trained to defend what belongs to the children of God. There is no safer place than the will of God. And right now, His will is calling you forward. You are not the same person you were when the battle started. You've been refined by the fire. You've been humbled by the weight. You've been shaped by every loss, every disappointment, and every moment you chose to trust anyway. And now, God is trusting you with more. He is trusting you with increase. With influence. With peace. With clarity. With the kind of strength that only comes after surviving a storm. You did not miss your moment. You did not ruin your chance. You are still in the hands of a God who rewrites stories and rebuilds futures. And if heaven is speaking now, it means your story is not over. It is only just beginning. The best parts have not been written yet. The greatest blessings have not been seen yet. And the next move God makes will silence every lie that said you were forgotten. What's coming next will require your full attention. It will require your full faith. It will require your full heart. Because this is not a moment of temporary relief, this is a new season being announced by the one who guards the gates of heaven. Archangel Michael is not here to whisper comfort alone, he is here to deliver orders from the throne of God. And those orders are clear: release what was promised. Return what was taken. Restore what was broken. Pour out what was held back. You may not feel ready, but God has decided you are. You may not feel strong enough, but the angels are already moving to carry the weight with you. When Archangel Michael steps into your life, he comes not with questions, but with answers. Not with delay, but with urgency. Not with confusion, but with instruction. You are not waiting anymore. You are walking into what has been waiting for you. Comment 1515 if you know your blessing has been waiting for you too. There is a shift taking place even now. The people who once overlooked you will suddenly see the light of God rising upon you. The places that were once closed to you will open in ways you never thought possible. The opportunities you thought were missed are circling back, this time with favor. There are divine arrangements being made while you breathe this very breath. You don't need to force it. You only need to stay in alignment with what heaven is saying. Archangel Michael is not speaking in mystery. He is speaking plainly, with power, so your spirit cannot mistake what is being declared. You are standing in a holy hour. You are walking through a gate of divine release. The time of delay has ended, and what was spoken over your life is manifesting now. Do not look at your circumstances to confirm what God is doing. Look at the faith inside you. Look at the peace you feel even in the middle of uncertainty. That is the proof. The presence of peace in a storm is always the fingerprint of heaven. The huge amount that is being placed in your hands is not simply material. Yes, there will be provision. Yes, there will be answers to financial struggle. But more than that, there will be healing. There will be understanding. There will be revelation. There will be wholeness. This is what heaven calls wealth, when every part of your life begins to rise at the same time, all under the covering of God's mercy and strength. You will no longer be scattered in your energy. You will no longer be divided in your focus. God is bringing unity to your spirit and alignment to your path. The angels are not just protecting what is coming, they are making space for it, removing the things that don't belong, shifting the hearts of people around you, opening doors without noise or struggle. You will not have to explain what is happening. Your life will speak for itself. Comment 1717 if you believe that God is aligning your entire life with His perfect plan. Is it time you unlock the same CIA secret brain ritual changing lives in seconds? A new leak has revealed a powerful 7-second technique, developed under CIA-funded research and backed by neuroscience. It's helping people magnetize wealth like never before. From debt to luxury, faster than anyone believed. But this miracle won't stay public for long. Click the link in the description and comments now before it's deleted forever. What you feel stirring in your spirit is not your imagination. It is a holy warning that everything is about to move. The pressure you've been under is breaking because the promise is being released. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly on time in the eyes of the one who orders the seasons of heaven. And right now, that season is shouting your name. God is not giving you a partial restoration. He is not offering you a fraction of what you lost. He is repaying in full. The enemy took things you didn't even know were stolen: your joy, your time, your rest, your confidence. But God is returning it all, multiplied and purified by fire. What you are about to receive will make sense of what you had to walk through. The pieces that felt broken and scattered will form a picture of redemption so complete, it will make your heart weep with gratitude. This blessing is not just for you. It will flow through you. Your family, your children, your community will be touched by what God is doing in your life. The amount being poured into your hands is enough to restore more than just your needs. It is enough to lift others, to plant seeds, to leave a trail of grace everywhere you walk. You are being trusted with divine provision because your heart has been proven in the fire. There is no going back to the version of you that doubted. That version has passed away. You are walking in strength now. You are clothed in light. You are filled with the clarity that only comes when heaven speaks directly to your soul. Archangel Michael is not visiting to inspire emotion, he is here to carry out God's command. And that command is clear: deliver, restore, and protect. Your steps are being watched by angels. Every move you make in faith will be matched by heaven's response. When you speak life, heaven will echo it. When you act in trust, heaven will support it. When you move forward without fear, heaven will open the path. This is divine partnership. This is holy alignment. This is your moment, and no one can take it from you. What you are about to witness in your life is not ordinary. It will not make sense to those who don't walk by faith. But you will know deep inside, this was God. This was the result of every quiet prayer, every surrendered moment, every tear you sowed in secret. The harvest is not in the distance anymore. It is here. And Archangel Michael is standing guard to make sure you receive it all. There is a supernatural current flowing now. It is not driven by emotion. It is not stirred by fear. It is fueled by faith and set in motion by divine command. Heaven is moving, and your name has been spoken into the movement. You may not see it yet with your eyes, but if your spirit is still, you will feel the shift pressing in. The waiting is over. The fight is finished. The word has been declared, and the release has begun. Comment Amen if your spirit receives this with reverence and full belief. Your story has not been ordinary, and neither will be your reward. You have walked roads where others would have given up. You've stood in the middle of spiritual storms, choosing to worship instead of complain. You've remained faithful when everything around you tried to convince you that nothing was changing. But even in the silence, even in the dry seasons, God was watching. And now, that faithfulness is being answered, not with mere survival, but with abundance. Archangel Michael has not come to deliver comfort alone. He has come to remind you that you are marked. Marked for protection. Marked for increase. Marked for purpose. The battles that tried to break you were never a sign that you were weak, they were confirmation that you are carrying something powerful. And that power is about to be seen in your life like never before. What once was blocked is now being cleared. What once was held up is now being handed down. God does not give in portions when it's time to reward obedience. He gives in overflow. This is not a moment of just enough. This is a divine hour of more than enough. You are being given rest from the warfare, clarity in your direction, healing in your body, peace in your relationships, and strength in your purpose. And yes, God is releasing financial blessings as well, not to distract you, but to equip you for what He is calling you to do. You are not just being rescued. You are being raised up. The same ground where you cried will become the ground where you testify. The same places where you were rejected will be the places where you are celebrated. The same days that felt unbearable will become the foundation of your testimony. This is divine restoration, and Archangel Michael is standing guard over every promise that is falling into place in your life right now. Comment 1111 if you believe this is your moment of alignment with heaven's timing. You don't need to understand how God will do it. You don't need to see the plan unfold step by step. You only need to keep your eyes fixed on Him. The wind is shifting in your favor. The same wind that once pushed against you is now carrying you. The same silence that once felt cold is now filled with the whisper of the Holy Spirit. And the same places where you felt alone are now crowded with angels on assignment, watching over your every step. Do you know why everyone's whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave ritual leaked from the CIA is changing lives across the globe. Proven by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. The page might disappear any moment. Click the link in the description and comments to know this secret before it's deleted forever. This is the favor that follows the fire. This is the peace that settles after the shaking. You have been prepared by your pain. You have been refined by the delays. And now, you are being rewarded by the one who holds time in His hands. You may have been overlooked by people, but heaven never looked away. Not for a moment. Every second was counted. Every tear was remembered. And now, every promise is being fulfilled. Your faith did not go unnoticed. Your quiet endurance did not disappear into the background. The things you did in secret, the prayers you whispered alone, the small acts of love you gave when no one was watching, God saw it all. And His reward is not limited to one area of your life. When He blesses, He touches everything. Your hands will not only hold provision, they will hold peace, purpose, and power. There is a suddenness to the way God is moving now. Do not be surprised when things begin to shift without warning. When doors open without effort. When answers arrive without delay. This is the reward of waiting well. This is the outcome of being faithful even when your heart was weary. The huge amount being placed in your hands is not coming through striving, but through surrender. Comment 222 if you trust that what's arriving now is being hand-delivered by heaven. Every word from heaven carries purpose. Nothing is spoken from God's throne by accident. So when Archangel Michael releases this message, it means something eternal is touching something temporary. Something holy is stepping into something broken. Something pure is healing something that was hurting. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. You are being restored from every direction. And the blessing will come with no sorrow attached, because it is God who gives it. The weight you've been carrying is about to lift. Not just emotionally or mentally, but spiritually. You are stepping into a lightness that only comes when heaven takes over the fight. And from this moment forward, you will begin to feel the hand of God making crooked paths straight, silencing every fear, and calming every storm. You will walk with a confidence that cannot be explained, only experienced. This huge amount that is being placed into your hands is not measured by numbers alone. It is measured by the weight of answered prayers. It is measured by the restoration of time you thought was lost forever. It is measured by the healing of wounds that no one could see. It is measured by the sudden appearance of peace where there used to be pain. You are not just being blessed materially. You are being made whole. You are being restored in places even you forgot were broken. Comment 333 if you declare that this is your season of complete restoration. The hand of God is not late. He is not pacing heaven trying to come up with a plan for you. The plan has always been in place. The delay wasn't denial, it was alignment. Heaven was waiting for everything to come into position, for your heart to heal, for the right people to enter, for the right doors to be built just for you. And now that you have reached this sacred hour, God is not just delivering a blessing. He is surrounding you with favor.